Oh, Showtime. I wanted to say, I've been thinking like, I've been watching fights.
Yeah.
This is not really related to anything that we've been talking about, but it's something I've been thinking about. Sort of, it's my little thought that I have. You know, the guy that says it's Showtime. He's made like $400 million from saying that.
Michael Buffer and his brother.
But that's, is that only with Showtime Boxing that you can use that?
No, he made his money from the Nintendo licensing.
From what? From what?
It's time. That guy?
No. It's Showtime.
Oh, the other guy. Okay, so I don't know this guy.
Okay. It used to be Showtime. It's Showtime, which I think is, I think that might be like you have to only say that on Showtime Boxing or whatever.
Of course.
And then there's Let's Get Ready to Rumble.
Yes.
And that's another thing. You can't.
I'm sorry, I confused those two.
That's trademarked. My point is just that they're trademarked. Like you can't just go out there and make something and say it's Showtime. Like you'll get sued. You'll get sued immediately. You can't do that.
Really?
Yeah. And you can't do Let's Get Ready to Rumble either. That's a trademarked phrase. So both of those things like cost money. And the UFC's solution to that was to have the guy go, "It's time," because they couldn't afford to have "It's Showtime" or "Let's Get Ready to Rumble," and that's just
I like it.
all the like Jake Paul has been shit talking Dana White in a really funny way, like specifically like you don't pay your fighters enough.
Yes.
Here are the exact numbers that like these are. Here's the breakdown from like an accountant.
Here's an upskirt view of things you don't want people to know about.
You're paying your fighters 1/10 what you should be.
Yeah.
Generally
Right.
on the medium end, like not even on the like high end. And it's just like it's funny when people shit talk like really specifically. Like if you're like those cufflinks right there, like X, Y, and Z, like you list the reasons, like you know enough detail to get into it. Like that's something I've seen you do a bunch of times where you know
tear them apart.
You do it with cars.
You tear them apart from the specifics.
Yeah, Jake Paul's been doing that to Dana White over the fight numbers. Like
I'm a little sad because I kind of like Dana White.
Dana White's funny.
I just like the guy. And honestly, I'd be like, this dude, stop fucking with me.
I like him too, but it's just the money thing.
The money's bad.
You can't do that.
Is it bad? Yeah, is it fucked up?
It's bad. Yeah. You can't be fucking with people. Like these people are getting hit in the head.
No, I know.
And getting brain damage for their money.
Vegetables.
You can't be fucking with them with the money.
The NFL's been doing it for fucking years.
Yeah.
And I think their solution on it is like no one has a good solution on dealing with brain dead athletes.
The solution with the NFL was don't ever talk about it.
That's it.
And that was the like the concussion thing. Like that was like a. Like that's one of those things where you were mentioning Tyler Perry will fire white people if they look at them.
Yeah.
Like the type of things you can do at a job where it's basically like lighting a lighter in a room full of gas.
Yeah.
Like the things you can't ever do. And like the NFL talking about concussions was one of those things where it was like you just
anybody saying any words concussion. Junior Seau shot himself in the heart.
Oh
yeah. That shit.
Yeah.
What'd you just say?
Yeah.
I got you, Sam. You're not going to be a senior editor anymore. It's going to be me.
Not even
Marty
NFL.
Scheckman.
Not even NFL. Just like never working again.
Yeah.
Like
Done.
Where do you work now? We'll call them. Never again.
You're dead now.
There was one of the guys that spoke out about it. I think they followed him. They followed his wife, and she had a miscarriage.
Oh no.
Yeah, this guy was speaking out against the NFL's cover up of concussions or whatever, and his. To intimidate him, they followed his wife, and she had a fucking miscarriage.
So then I would machine gun the entire office of everybody. I would hide bullets inside the ceiling panels, and it would take me 24 hours. It would take me 12 minutes to murder the entire office of people for those. You know what I mean? Like, what the fuck is that? That's insanity.
Yeah.
If that happened in a normal job where you were like, you don't ever talk about the prices of fucking violets at Lowe's Garden Center. If I ever hear you talk about that they become 50% at the end of the season, I will literally scalp your cunt. Do you understand what I'm saying to me, Jeremiah?
Jeremiah. It's like some black kid.
Like a black kid, like, hey, I don't understand, Miss Joyce.
Do you understand what I'm saying to me, Jeremiah?
You fucking psych. I will literally chase your fucking girlfriend down and hit her in the head with a fucking swinging mallet. Is it worth it to tell them that the violets will be 50% off? Like,
you want to save the customers money? Your heart's in the right place. I got news for you. Okay.
My boyfriend's Tahoe chasing your wife around.
My boyfriend David Brock is coming to assassinate you.
He's got a gun in the car. He's a fucking lunatic.
Joey, can you look up NFL concussions miscarriage? Because I think that's a real thing. It could be the plot of a movie. Which
That's out of control.
In which case, we'd have to edit the whole last 20 minutes out. Can you make Firefox the primary browser and make sure it checks every time also? And use the CCleaner browser as well. Well, anyway, like most things, it doesn't matter if it was real or in a movie, so we don't have to fact check that.
Nick Foles' wife towards
It's as real as I say it is.
That happened.
But I think it was in a movie.
Either way, listen, the concussion protocol. This is a fucking fucked up stat, but this is sad. 5 dudes that I played football with. I played in a bad Division 1 AA, which is like the retards, like little too fat, little too short, little too slow. 5 friends have shot themselves.
That's very dark.
That's wicked dark. It's fucking brutal, and a lot of them have.
Dude, did you ever meet? We got to bleep this, but he was one of the coolest fans ever.
Yeah.
Like the nicest kid, like sweetest kid. Like, we had chill conversation. Everything was like right about this kid.
Really nice,
cool
yeah.
guy, very cool guy.
Yeah.
And he was telling me about his football coach or whatever. He's like talking about how his football coach was like an asshole, like this old guy that like rode the team really hard and was like always like had little machine quests for them to jump through, like going like run this way for this long and then go up the bleachers, like torturing them with exercise. And anyway, I finished the TED Talk thing and I was like, see you later. We bounced. And then like years later, his brother hit me up and was like, did you hear about he got a concussion and he's like totally mentally insane, and he thinks like the CIA is like watching him. Oh, no. And he thinks he thought that I was a agent or something, like he had sort of a fixation on me or something, and he just totally got bent in the head from these fucking these heads knocking together, this stupid bullshit for nothing.
Nothing.
He's a high school kid. High school football did this. And he wasn't like high school football with the intention to go play like college ball or something.
No, he wasn't a baller kid.
He was a regular fucking high school kid.
Just an athlete.
Who's now, damaged beyond repair. Like his life ruined from this stupid fucking gay sport.
1 million people a year, I think, happens to. Mm-hmm. And I mean, I'm not trivializing this. Mm-hmm. Like that's the fucking worst thing I've ever heard. Mm-hmm. I hate it so much, I can't even believe it. Mm-hmm.
It's crazy to think that their strategy was just to not acknowledge it. That's a psychotic strategy.
That's crazy. That's WWF shit. That's Vince McMahon's words.
Yeah.
Like his like this. Fuck it.
Not even modern Vince McMahon. But
what did they say? They said the kid died from
80s.
Fuck it. Vince, the guy shot himself in the heart because he wants brain surgery done and look into his frontal lobes because there's evidence of it. Yeah, is it? Slaughter it! Blend the brain.
Burn the brain.
Blend it.
Blend it. Oh my God.
like dealing with it, like
yeah.
Is that what they said? Is that what they said?
Letting that information intake and settle in there.
Yep.
Gotta digest.
Slaughter the whole family. Break him to the Gagosian and slaughter him at the Getty Museum. Bring him underneath the Getty Museum, give him the train underneath, and then slaughter him and turn him into blender guts. I'll make cookies out of him. Undertaker, good to see you. Nice motorcycle, Undertaker. How's life going? Good to see you. I just had to wrap up on some business earlier. It's really bad though. Like that's really like
Undertaker's got a Honda Valkyrie.
He's got a bad bike. He's got a Honda Valkyrie's the worst. Yeah, that's
he's got a Victory.
Yeah, he's got a Victory, like a 4 years old.
Yeah,
a cheapie. Mm-hmm. But that's. I think it's gonna be the way is with sports being as good as they are.
What do you mean?
like casualties in every positive trade. I don't know what the vintage clothing collectors are going to be when they're how they're going to drop dead. Because every good like actors die from drug overdoses and from molestation, suicides, and YouTubers die from suicide and from exposing Illuminati things, and then NFL guys and NBA guys from drug overdose and head injuries. And how do
Vintage clothing collectors,
how do they die?
what's their ticket out?
Because that's a pretty big growing sector.
That's a huge growing. So there's a lot of people who do that, and they post about it on Instagram. It's like a ton of people.
It's a ton.
Big contingent. I guess that's a way to make money if you're a
I'm with him.
young person.
I love it. Every vintage clothing guy I met is the nicest guy in the world. They're all sweetie pies. I collect antiques. I get it. It's a side hustle. Clothing's a little easier than dishware and pottery, and I get it. You're in an apartment. You're not going to be walking fucking dishes upstairs. Right. What the fuck is that? I'm not going to expect guys to do that. But they're all... how do they die?
It's a good question.
How do you guys get assassinated?
I would imagine it's probably pretty regular. I don't think they live wild. Well, we never know. We never know.
Shortest lifespan?
Carnival accidents. Who has the shortest lifespan? Vintage clothing?
Stockbrokers, 52 years old.
Do they?
There was some stat that was funny I heard years ago, like 20 years ago. It was like, stockbrokers die when they're 50.
No, it's cops and Marines.
No. You're blue?
Nick?
No, I know. You
know what? I bleed blue.
When you were shoving my head into your blue license plate earlier,
I bleed camo.
I was like, Joe, you getting out of there?
You were like, I get it.
Joe, you going out of there? Can you grab me one of those beers out of that fridge?
Joey, can you get a beer for Nick?
Out of those fridge.
From the fridge?
I got to put it on the 20 grand. I can't believe this. Oh, man.
That was a process getting that money. I went there and they were looking at me like I said, can I bomb the bank and shoot a missile into the president?
Hi, I'm here to rape and fuck, and I want to rob everybody on the fucking ground.
They literally, yeah. Everybody on the floor!